All right, good morning. We got, let's see, today's the 25th. Looking at the SPY, looking at the Qs, XBI, IYH, Pfizer, and CVS. This is interesting. This is something to make note of, which is the SPY here is we're showing a kind of amber, which means we're going neutral despite hitting highs this morning. So the rejection off the highs, although we haven't obviously opened up, we have about an hour before the bell. But that's interesting to note that we're seeing some indications that this might be a reversal at the top here. XBI selling off here, sticking out, kind of got rejected. IYH coming down to the bottom of this uptrend ray. Pfizer still continues to be weak. I'm watching it, though. I'm keeping a close eye here as we continue to basically grind outside here. We're very, very close on Pfizer. And then looking at CVS, some bad news. I think it was Humira today. So CVS is down, and so is Elevance, and who else? I mean, anybody's in insurance is going to be down this morning. So, let's see. But I'm looking at CVS it always gets hurt by the rest of the payers, managed care, insurance, all those guys, all those players. And they barely get a bounce when they do have good earnings. So CVS doesn't really ever get the benefit, but it always gets the negative impact from, the sympathy, from the other players reporting weak earnings, bad news, whatever it may be. Pfizer is still just dealing with the fact that they're not reporting growth. Despite having a massive cash position, still a profitable company, still a good dividend. I'm totally okay with just throwing. I mean, at some point there's going to be a reversal on that, and it doesn't have to be because of a great fundamental turnaround story for growth. To me, at some point everybody's gonna be looking at this. It's like these guys have enough cash to keep paying their dividend. You don't have to worry about at this point. I mean, at some point you're just gonna say, I don't care if it doesn't even have to have a great turnaround story. They just have enough cash and they're slowly grinding up off the bottom, slow growth, but the yield at where you're buying it it's just too cheap. So I'm playing that game with Pfizer, and I will continue to do so. The world will not exist if Pfizer is not here. I'm not saying that from like the vaccine or whatever. We're talking about just the fact that if Pfizer is not a profitable company, the world has essentially come to an end. So, I mean, it's really, I hate to say it, but they're kind of like them and Johnson & Johnson, CVS, all these other companies that I tend to just keep throwing money at them. If they're not around, their business is not profitable, the world is essentially coming to an end. They just have too much stuff that is critical to daily life around the world, not just in one particular company or country, around the world. So anyway, I'm going to say it's a hands-off day, but if CVS and Pfizer really want to take it down and it's going to be an overreaction day, I will continue to add, but I will be hesitant and won't be big. These ambers on the Qs and the SPY really have me. And I mean, obviously XBI and also the IYH are pretty big here. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait a little bit here. We got some red topic action concerns for pre-market. So I'm going to wait till about 10 o'clock, 10:30 to see how the market's shaking out. And if there's a bounce off the bottom, if there's an initial sell-off and then we see some people step in, maybe. But I think with how long this run has been and the fact that we're getting up here and there's just a little bit of air up there, no one's really going to step in here to take it higher, I'm going to be a little hesitant. Anyway, I'm going to keep it short today. That's where we're going to keep it at. I'll probably add a few more tickers if with some 8:30, 9 o'clock news coming out here. There might be some data releases. We still have lots of data coming out this month. We have PDUFA decisions on a lot of biotechs and pharma. Also dealing with just a lot of earnings coming out. Merck is coming up next week. Johnson & Johnson, ISRG had a good earnings yesterday. So there's a lot to digest. So I got to keep digging through that. If you guys have any questions, pop them in the chat, or like most of you do, just direct message me with anything specific. Anything else? No, not really. That's about it. I'm working through a few more reports and bulletins, and I will continue to keep grinding on these videos as well. Anyway, hope that was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions, and as always, stay healthy.